Well, I told them I need a complaint form. I didn't ask for 3 officers to come and surround me with guns and, you know, I just...
You asked to speak to a police officer.
Well,
police officers come in pairs.
I understand what they told
Something
you.
like this, they call supervisors.
Okay.
That's why you have 3 officers.
Okay.
It's very logical.
Okay, I understand what they told you I asked for, but what I asked for was a complaint form, not...
Welcome back to ID Checker, where we highlight key clips and I provide a summary with some educational tips to ensure your rights aren't violated in your next encounter with the cops. Make sure to use the links in the description below to show your support, because without them, there would be no ID Checker. Now, let's dive right into the video.
You know what? There's a computer right over there on that corner. You can do it there. What are you complaining about?
That's irrelevant.
I mean, I can get an officer down here for you if you need. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. So there's no form. It has to be done on the computer over there? Or can I go... What's that?
Or with an officer.
Okay. So whatever form is on that computer, can I get it on my computer? Is it online? Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Police.amarillo.gov.
What is it?
Police.amarillo.gov.
Can you write it down for me?
Uh-huh.
I'll remember that for about 4 seconds.
And there you go. That's the website.
Okay.
You can do that at your house if you'd like, or anywhere else you can have access to a computer. The library even.
Okay, and how does the department go about processing complaints here on officers?
Their processor or internal affairs. That's all I know.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Yes.
Hi. I can't find where to file a complaint against an officer on there. I would think it would be one of the main headings, you
We
know.
don't have a lot of people file complaints against our officers.
Well, I imagine so.
I
That's.
don't know where it is.
I imagine people wouldn't file complaints if they can't find out where to do it.
Is there not one on there? A complaint?
I mean, I've looked, but I don't see anything.
Okay. You want me to call for an officer? And you can do a complaint with an officer?
If he wants to bring me a form, then sure. Yeah, you can have and by an officer, you mean maybe a lieutenant?
I have no idea who's
Okay.
available.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I have no authority on that, but
Okay.
I can call for an officer.
Okay, and I'll tell them what to bring me then, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
1 second.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello, these guys may talk to you.
They said that you were requesting an officer?
I just need a complaint form
Okay. What for?
to file a written complaint.
Okay. What for?
I'll deal with that when I've got the complaint form.
Okay. What is the complaint about?
I don't feel comfortable giving it to you at this time. I'm
Okay.
just asking you to give me the form.
Okay.
And then
all of our complaint information is right there.
Okay.
Go read that, and that'll give you all the information that you need to file a complaint.
So you guys don't have a form.
That's how you get the complaints, is all through there. There's a complaint concerning public service. It's right there if you want to read through that. He wants to file a complaint.
Well, I want a complaint form.
We don't have just a complaint form.
Okay.
That we can give you right now. If you go through internal affairs, you can fill out a formal complaint.
Okay. So it seems as if it's conveniently difficult for me to file a complaint in a way that's comfortable to me.
Well, I don't know if it's comfortable or uncomfortable. That's just the process.
Right.
If you have a specific complaint I can address right now, I'd be happy to.
Well, like I said, I'd like a complaint form. Then I could take it and fill it out, write it out, get in touch with internal affairs directly. But I really don't have a desire to. I mean, you guys are intimidating to me, so.
Okay.
You know.
Well, that's just you called us up here.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
You
Well,
called us, and now you're.
3 police officers appear, surrounding the man. The tension is undeniable as he questions why so many officers are needed just to provide a simple form. I didn't ask for officers, I just need a form, he reiterates. Yet instead of assisting, they insist he explain his complaint in front of them. The hesitation and stalling only make the situation seem more suspicious.
Yeah, well, I told them I need a complaint form. I didn't ask for 3 officers to come and surround me with guns and, you know, I just...
You asked to speak to a police officer.
Well,
police officers come in pairs.
I understand what they told
Something
you.
like this, they call supervisors.
Okay.
That's why you have 3 officers.
Okay.
It's very logical.
Okay, I understand what they told you I asked for, but what I asked for was a complaint form, not
All we can go on is
show
what
of force.
they asked for, and this is not a show of force. Merely speaking to people is not a show of force.
What's your name?
Sergeant Finsterwald.
Sergeant.
Finsterwald.
Can I? How do you spell that? Can you spell that for me, please?
Finsterwald.
And what's your badge number?
76.
76. Thanks. HBO Matt. Name, please.
Officer Wheeler.
Officer Wheeler. And what's your badge number, please?
1473.
Thank you, sir.
No, Officer Leonard.
Officer
Badge
Leonard.
number 1466.
Okay, thank you, guys. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to file a complaint, but I'd like to do it in a way that's comfortable to me.
I understand what you're doing.
So,
You're trying to entice us to.
see, this is why people like me are uncomfortable filing a complaint. It's as simple as you give me a form. I've been to so many departments before, where all you do is you hand me a form, you walk away,
like a test,
and I walk
like
away.
Where you're
Is this a
testing-
test?
You're testing us somehow.
It's well, if it was, you'd be failing. All you need
By
to,
what standard?
by the people's standards. You're making it
What-
very
what's the people's
difficult.
standard?
Look, you're telling me that I need to jump through some hoops to file a complaint. Is that right?
Yes, to speak to internal affairs.
Okay, where are they then? Well, then why if I need to file it with internal affairs, then what are 3 officers who are not internal affairs doing here?
Because our internal affairs works business hours. If there's a specific complaint that I can handle right now, that's why we have on-shift supervisors.
Okay.
So if there's a specific complaint, then I can help you right now. If you want to speak to an internal affairs investigator, they work business hours Monday through Friday.
IA is on the 4th floor.
Yes, yes.
All right.
It's very simple. I mean,
I know Batusai understands a heck of a lot better about the laws on how they're supposed to be handling complaints and complaint forms. I've never been to a department that doesn't just hand me a form. I just haven't dealt with this before. Honestly,
I could probably find the form that they would give you if that's all you're asking for.
Yeah, that's all I've been asking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could probably, let me go see if I can find it.
Yeah.
If that will solve the problem.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Okay.
And then, maybe in the future we could make it easier for the next guy and just, I mean, I'll take that up with internal affairs and the higher
If you do a
ups.
Freedom of Information Act, you'll see how simple, how many investigations that we do. I mean, we're pretty friendly as far as people handling complaints.
Okay.
By your standard, whatever it is, you're saying it's unfair or difficult. Well, that's not the consensus that's reached in Amarillo.
By the police that investigated themselves? So you guys are okay with your own process? Did you ask the people making complaints if they're okay with it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'd like to see that too then.
Yeah.
I'll look it up though. I'll see if, can I find that in records?
You have to talk to somebody in the records division.
Yeah, okay.
For that,
But
yeah.
you're telling me that there are numbers for satisfaction on complaints filed with the department. I'm just saying you're making a lot of claims. I wouldn't even ask all these questions, but you're making a lot of claims, so I'm trying to verify.
I'm sure if you look it up, you'll get those numbers. But what I'm saying is, we have not received many complaints that this is a difficult process.
Okay. I think a lot of people kind of just go with the flow because they're scared.
Well, that's a speculation. That's
It
speculation.
is definitely a speculation. And now I've made a claim. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I'm going to make that claim.
Yeah.
I think people kind of just go with the flow. And like I said, though, if
Yeah,
we can get a
that
form.
that may be true. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we got to get that feedback.
Right.
Yeah. Let me go see if I can find that form.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been decent today,
Yeah.
too. I know you guys think I just come here to start crap. I mean, you guys are just walking a fine line between being awesome and being,
Yeah.
I don't even know where you guys are at. Really, you're confusing the hell out of me. But there's a few simple things that I came looking for. I would have been gone a long time ago. I had some issues though. Now I just simply need a complaint form. You kind of treat me like I'm trying to cause a problem or something.
Well, we know what you're trying to do. I mean,
and that's right there.
Yeah.
That statement right there tells me that you don't have any clue.
You're making similar statements that I've heard in the past, where by merely talking to officers, you're perceived to be threatened or something like that.
If we can.
I'm just trying to figure-
I got you. If we can have a conversation
Yeah,
like you,
absolutely.
then that would be awesome. Because when I make that statement, I believe it.
Yeah.
And so when a police officer's lights turn on behind you when
Yeah.
you're driving, that's not comfort and safety that most people feel. When I talk to individuals, they tell me it's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of panic,
Oh, absolutely.
a little bit of fear.
Even for me, if I see cop, turn around, and I'm in my regular ride, yeah, I definitely understand that.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to exaggerate something here. It is genuinely, I mean, when you guys come around, it's,
Yeah.
there's
a difference between anxiety, a mild amount of anxiety, and fear.
I think it walks a line.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that line teeter over pretty easily,
Yeah.
where I go from, just being anxious around some people who, and I don't have that anxiety and that fear with people in other professions. I don't have it when I go to the doctor. Maybe some people do.
Yeah.
I don't have it, when I go to the grocery store with the clerk, right? But I do with you. I'm starting to calm down a little bit here as you're talking to me like a human being, and stop pretending that I'm trying to do something here that I'm not. But the problem is you guys are just brushing off things that I believe are serious issues that I wanted to take care of.
Nobody's, well, asking for a piece of paper.
Yeah, and it's that simple. That's really all I wanted.
Yeah.
That's really all I wanted. And
Sure.
And when I first came in,
you said these are major issues. What are the issues that you're looking to solve today?
like I told him, we were in call this. So have you guys seen people coming around doing this stuff before, filming police departments?
I'm aware of it.
Yes.
Okay. Now all we're looking for is that you guys respect our rights and we move on and we go on our way.
Okay.
Our right to film our public servants. People should be able to film, especially on a traffic stop, when you come and contact us. To me, that's the main goal, is that when you come and contact me and I start filming you, you understand I have the right to do this and you're not going to stop me.
What can we do to address today?
He's going to pull up that form and see if we can print it off.
Okay. So I just came out here to do that today. Now, you guys were wonderful. The gentleman, the sergeant, seemed like he was wonderful when he was right here. We were having a conversation. And then he tried to pull some intimidation tactics on me. Now, I know what it is. All right? You know what it is. There's 733 people watching now. There was 500 earlier when it happened. They know what he was doing. They know what you guys were doing. And, that's fine. It wasn't illegal. It wasn't,
Okay, what can we help you with today, though?
Well, now I need a complaint form.
That's what we're going to pull up.
Is there anything else?
No?
Okay. Well, then, like I said, we'll get you that complaint form and we'll go from there.
Yeah. And then from there, I'll get with higher ups on trying to make sure that complaint forms are easier to get a hold of, that we don't have to stand here and talk for 20 minutes about getting a complaint form.
And if that makes the process easier for the people, then I'm all for it. We're not here to make that situation difficult. I'll be honest with you, people don't regularly come down and just ask for the form after hours, so.
Yeah, I understand.
And if it makes it easier, then that's fine.
It can be intimidating too, though, when we ask for a form and you guys want to know, well, wait a minute, what do you want to complain about? And then I feel like my words are going to get twisted, or maybe I'm not going to say something right because I'm maybe flustered or whatever, and my words are going to get taken and used against me.
Well, that's why when I asked you that, I asked about the complaint, because is this a complaint that we can address right here, right now, or is this something that is going to have to go through our internal affairs? That's why I asked you what kind of complaint it is.
Okay.
Because if it's a minor complaint that you just need to speak to a supervisor with or something like that, I'll forward you to him. If it's something that you feel needs to go further than that, that's where our internal affairs will come.
Yeah.
That's why I asked about what kind of complaint it is.
Okay, that makes sense to me then.
Yeah.
But, from my perspective, it's like, wait a second, is he trying to figure out whether he thinks my complaint is legitimate enough or not?
That makes sense,
or
too.
Is he just trying to blow me off and get me out of here without any paperwork filed?
Yeah.
Hey. We have a bunch of different people that complain on various different things. Like I said, that's why some are minor that can be handled just by talking to a supervisor. Some people just want to get some information. Others want to file a formal complaint. That's why we're asking.
That's part of my job too, is to handle complaints. So that's why I'm asking those questions. And to be honest with you, like I said, not a lot of people come to asking for a complaint form. It's really not the standard way we do it. But you make a good point. If it makes it easier, then maybe we should just have that easily accessible. And maybe we do and I just don't know,
Is that what you needed? I think it's got all the stuff on the front. And it should have the I'm not going to the address on that. We can write the address on that.
And Fisher.
This part, you would just fill out down here, and this is your information, and then this is the narrative explaining what happened.
Okay.
And then part of this will probably be filled out by the internal affairs investigator.
Okay.
If you speak to them. So, like this is basically an affidavit just describing how the incident happened.
Okay.
So there's that.
All right.
All right. Well, and like I said, that's probably decent criticism right there. Just having the form available for people. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely.
Like I said, you guys haven't been. I mean, I was going to give you a hard pass before some things kind of happened, but
What?
and that's, you know, honestly, I don't see that as much with the bigger departments, and the reason is because everybody's got different personalities.
Yeah.
And so I'll have an awesome interaction in the lobby, and then 2 seconds later, I'll walk outside, and somebody will.
Sure.
But one of the biggest things I look for, though, is good interactions with the higher ups.
Yeah.
If I have a bad interaction with an officer, that happens.
Yeah.
But when I have a bad interaction with a lieutenant or a sergeant, that's when I really
Sure.
think that there's going to be some issues. But I mean, it hasn't been horrible. There's
Well, we
always
try,
things we
man.
can
We
work
try.
on. Me too, right?
Yeah, we try.
Me too. I could do better at what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.
You too. Be careful.
All right.
Is that it's your friend on Facebook?
It's on YouTube right now. We're live on YouTube. 785 people watching right now.
Nice. All right.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
The story doesn't end here. Even after this conversation, many people tried to file complaints but faced the same roadblocks. Despite the truth being exposed, the Amarillo Police Department made no changes. 3 months passed, yet the system remained intact, continuing to mislead the public. Was this mere negligence, or a deliberate effort to prevent legitimate complaints? Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.